Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. It looks like we have quite a few on the call today, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We are so grateful to have you guys here with us to join us for this onboarding webinar to talk about doTERRA Social and how it works. So I want to go ahead and introduce some of the people that we have on this call today. So my name is McKenna Rennells. I work for doTERRA. I'm on the corporate marketing team, and I work very closely with our partners. We have Promo Republic. They are the company behind doTERRA Social. So doTERRA Social is a tool that can help you with your social media. Over at doTERRA headquarters, we were thinking about different ways that we could help wellness advocates be more successful in social media and their marketing efforts and just helping them promote the business. And we realized that some of the tools that we were offering weren't quite giving wellness advocates everything that they needed. So some of you may have heard of Amplify before. That was a great tool, but we realized it wasn't everything that wellness advocates needed. And so we started looking around high and low, and we decided to partner with Promo Republic to bring you guys doTERRA Social. So doTERRA Social is an amazing tool that allows you to customize your content, to schedule content and post it, and it has been really powerful and has saved wellness advocates a lot of time. So we're super excited to go through this with you today. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce Raquel and her team. She's from Promo Republic, and she is going to be leading the webinar today.
Thank you, McKenna. Hello, everybody. My name, as McKenna said, is Raquel, and I run partnerships at Promo Republic. So I'm very excited to give everyone on today's call an in-depth overview of doTERRA Social and answer any questions. So with that said, if you do have questions that pop up, please direct them to the question and answer box. We have an amazing team of our support colleagues from Promo Republic on standby, ready to answer your questions as they populate. So again, direct that to the question and answer box. So the purpose of today's call is to give you an overview of how to use the platform and how to get started. So like McKenna said, we are a social media marketing platform to help you have an unlimited place of doTERRA content that you can personalize and then schedule and see how it does. So with that, let's dive in. So the website to bookmark and revisit forever is going to be social.doterra.com. And it's really easy. And what you'll see here is this lovely purple button where all you need to log in is your doTERRA ID. So you click that and it's the same sign on and you're able to access the platform immediately. And the great news is, as you may be familiar with already, there's a 2-week free trial for every single wellness advocate. So when you sign in, that kickstarts that trial. Since I'm not a wellness advocate, I'm going to log in with my test account, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So once you're in, you'll be taken directly into the platform. The first step when you're here is to connect your social media pages. Now, it's important that you're logged into the actual browser for the appropriate social media page that you're looking for. And just to briefly walk through the social media pages, what we mean by that is like one page could be a Facebook business page or a Facebook group or a Twitter page. So that's what we mean when we're discussing pages. So quickly on the stipulations, per Facebook's API, you can only connect to business pages or groups that you're admins of, which is great. So you can post in groups that you're participating in, especially if it's with your team. Then you can connect your Twitter, Instagram business or personal pages, LinkedIn personal or business pages. Pinterest is done by each individual board, and Google My Business is slightly less applicable, but you can still connect that if you wish as well. So that is all of the pages, and it's really easy to connect. You just simply select connect, a pop-up window comes in, and again, since you're connected in the browser, that's how that will be conducted. So now comes the really exciting part, the actual calendar. You can see that I already have some pre-set content in here, and we'll walk through each one and what it means, because as you can see, this one says publish now. We have some different ones here, but let's take a second to look at the calendar as a whole. So if I go to next week, it'll be blank, so we can start off on the blank slate. The first thing that you'll notice is a time slots, which are right here in front of you. So these are powered by artificial intelligence to suggest the best time to post based on your time zone, the type of social media page you're posting to, and a number of industry factors. So the reason I'm highlighting this is if you, as a wellness advocate, have a cadence that you absolutely love posting to, maybe it's like 10 a.m. every morning, you can absolutely edit this. So what you would do is click Edit Content Plan, start editing, and now you're able to edit even the category names. Let's say if you want to create one recipe, one oil photo, one lifestyle photo, you can, create your own personal time slots here. And this is great because this ties into an easy scheduling feature that I'll circle back to later on in today's presentation. But again, time slots are really helpful. So you're able to always see what you can post and use it as a guide. Then within the calendar, you can toggle between week or monthly view. You can schedule, as far into the future as you'd like. And you can even hide the time slots if you just want to go creative and without them. Then we also have upcoming events. So this is, as you can see, a repository of every single national day and registered events, color-coded by registered days, important dates in history, pop culture, and sports history. And this is a really great way. If you're ever kind of stumped on what to post on social, you're able to come in here and find that inspiration and use this as a launch pad. So these are all of the really fun features within doTERRA Social. And while we're in the calendar, you can see I actually have 3 pages connected. I have my Facebook page as well as 2 Pinterest boards. So right now I just have the Facebook connected, but if I wanted to see a holistic view of all of my pages in one, you can see that it's here. So you can see each board in one, so you can see everything going on in your socials. So now that we have kind of an overview on the calendar, now the part that I think is the most valuable, and it's almost like Amplify on steroids, is post ideas. So this is your unlimited source of editable and non-editable templates and images from doTERRA. So to break this down quickly, monthly templates are each month populated on the first of the month, created in conjunction with McKenna and the team at doTERRA headquarters. And the benefit of this is that not only are you getting amazing content relevant to the promotions of that month, but every single piece is 100% editable. So what does that mean? Let's say if we wanted to use this safety post, but we weren't really feeling the color scheme on it, I can come in here if I wanted to match the citrus vibes, change the colors, and maybe add my personal logo if I had one as opposed to the doTERRA logo, or whatever it may be. Or you can add a watermark on top. So that's how you really go from having a generic post in the calendar to personalizing something. And you saw it just took me a few clicks to do this. So it's really easy for anyone to do, even if you're just starting out on social and creating your own. This is a really great way to personalize content. So again, monthly templates, every single one in here is fully editable. So you get about every month. So this is really great if you want to, again, let's say use this and transform it into an Instagram story. Just want to highlight that you have an amazing recipe coming up. You can come in here, change that, and resize everything and make sure it is perfect. So I will be going into the graphics editor in greater detail because I know right now you're seeing me just easily click through, but I do want to circle back there and spend some more time in the post ideas library because there's just so much I want to cover first. Then I always want to make sure that you're taking a look at the different categories. Again, templates are editable, but everything else here you can always schedule. The thing is you cannot edit as well. So make sure to pay attention to the promotions as well as the oils, and always click more because this is a really great way to see maybe different markets as we are slowly but surely expanding, let's say Canada, if ideas, gifts, whatever that may be, you can always find it in here and then use it to schedule. So we also have a really great section called essential oils. So this can be your background. This is your starting point on an image because it's really great and it's meant for you to click use, edit, and now you can resize this, let's say to an Instagram post. I want to make sure it's fitting appropriately. And now you can add your text on top. So you can say, you know, what I do with Bergamot, and then have your logos again on top by just simply adding the text in, dragging it, making sure the font is correct, and so on. So you go from having a background to now having a fully realized image. So again, I'm clicking through in the graphics editor, but we will absolutely come back for that. And that is the post ideas. Everything in here is 100% approved by doTERRA and branded for doTERRA and populated absolutely every month, but also more frequently now that we have developed really great features where doTERRA can add their own content. So I see a question here about Canada. So you will notice that, yes, it is US first because we are starting with the US market, but we're slowly and surely expanding to different markets based on need. So you can see we have Canada here. So if you have requests for different markets or features, please email us at doterra@promorepublic.com so we can record your feedback and share it directly with doTERRA when we're discussing which markets to go to. So that is great. I see another question just quickly about using these images for, let's say, emails, websites, and so on. So everything in here is licensed for your use. So if you see something you like, you can obviously click use, edit it, and customize it, but you could also download it to fit whatever you're looking for. So it's a really great way to create a robust online brand by making sure everything is branded to your voice and your needs. So the last part about the Post Ideas Library that I did want to highlight is that it's searchable. So you see here that I have lemon. I want to, get some lemon inspiration. You can find absolutely everything that we have with lemon by clicking, again, see all and scrolling down. You can maybe use, the oils for digestion, or if I want to do lemon kale chips or whatever it may be and highlight, you can find this. And when you're using the search feature, this is going to be pulling everything. So this is editable templates, as well as the photos, as well as if you scroll all the way down or go up and filter, we have our stock images. So this is an integrated photo stock partner. These are not branded by doTERRA, but this is, again, a way for you to utilize and create content on your own. So the benefit of doing something like this is if you select an image, it brings you directly into the graphics editor. And then you see here, when you click objects, you now have all of these doTERRA assets here. And if I want to scroll down and pull the citrus oil, you can absolutely do so by dragging it in. Now you're creating like an amazing image all around the oil. Obviously, I'm doing this for the sake of time, but you would be creating a much more aesthetically pleasing image on your own. So it's just, again, a quick walkthrough on how to utilize the Post Ideas Library as well as the search feature to create this. If there are any questions on the Post Ideas Library, I'll move over into the actual graphics editor and we can spend some time there. So again, please direct questions to the question and answer box and I'm happy to answer them. So now that you've seen me kind of peek in and out of the graphics editor, let's spend some time breaking this down and going through the different aspects. So the first thing is choosing your size. So I see, a question about using it on your website or using it for a Facebook cover or an Instagram story. Everything is here preset for you to use, and you can obviously enter your own dimensions if you don't see something already here. Then the backgrounds, as mentioned earlier, this is our integrated photo stock partner. So this is just licensed photos, just like as if you're Googling, except that they're licensed for you to use, which means you have access to them. So this is not doTERRA content. I do want to make that distinction. If you want a doTERRA background, that's when you would go into the Post Ideas library and click on the oil and get content like there. Then we have objects. As I teased a little bit earlier, you have a lot of doTERRA transparent images. And the purpose of this is so you can drag them into the content you're creating. And we have every category working, again, with doTERRA head office. So we have a lot of On Guard for here to choose from, personal care, blends, bottles, supplements, as well as single oils. So spend some time in here familiarizing yourself, because again, it's really easy to just create a total post around, let's say, Serenity, for example, right now, whereas I would resize it, drag this in, throw in a background. I could type in purple and get a really great background here. Or if I just wanted a solid color background, here's the tip to do that. What you would do is come in here and click on shapes. Then from here, you would get a solid square, which I just scrolled past. Then you would send this to the back, so layer it, adjust the size, and more importantly, adjust the color. We want a nice doTERRA purple. So you can see how easy it is to do this. And objects are really fun as well, because these change seasonally, and we have some great banners like sale if you want to throw that in. And every object, as you can see here, when you're throwing it in, you can adjust the color scheme to make sure that it matches what you're looking for. So you customize. I want to make this purple instead of this turquoise, so I'm going to go a little darker purple. So you can see it's really easy to make some things branded with a few clicks. And then the text. So I did see some questions about fonts and so on. So we have more or less most free fonts. So you cannot add your own at this time. But if you come in here, as you know, we create content directly with doTERRA Corporate. So we have the fonts that you see on the templates themselves. So that is all here to use. So you can customize, change that, and go from there. I did see another question about using your own picture. Absolutely. So this is where this upload section comes into play. So you can upload anything you would like directly to the platform in a few places. The first is this upload section. So when you upload something here, you're directly in the graphics editor. So this is meant to really easily drag in and drop. So for example, I have the Promo Republic logo here. But let's say if you have your own personal logo, you can easily drag and drop that in, or your own lifestyle images. So you have like photos of you utilizing the oils, or photos of your recipes, or however the oils mean to you. You can take those photos, store them here, and use that as the backgrounds if you don't want to use the stock images or the doTERRA images. So these are really great questions. And I also see a question about creating Facebook covers. Yes, absolutely. That is right here. You just simply choose that size and go from there. So I did want to address another place where you can save something you're working on. Let's say this is a template that I'm creating that I'm going to just switch out the oil, and I'm always going to highlight the same thing. Maybe it's a recipe template. What I can do is click save. And then this goes directly into the saved section on the left-hand side that you see here. So it's right here, and you're able to come back to it, edit it if you want. And then another tip is anything that goes through doTERRA social that you're posting will also be historically found here. So you're able to come back, maybe re-edit and change a little bit of what you're posting. So you never truly lose content if it's posted directly through doTERRA social. So that is a few ways to save content. And then we actually have another way to save content in the platform, and that is called My Ideas Library. So if we go from Post Ideas, and I'm going to click Use, and let's say I created this, let's pretend I customized it to meet my needs in the graphics editor, or maybe I liked it and I just want to revisit it. What you're able to do is click Save As, and then Save to My Ideas, and then select OK. And now when you go to My Ideas, you can see every post that you love that you want to revisit with the copy included in the caption. And you're able to see how many times it's been used and go from there. So think of this as your own, as I mentioned, asset library. So just like you're able to upload your own photos into the graphics editor, again, the purpose of that is to be able to drag elements into a photo. You can do the same thing in the My Ideas library. So you can upload, photos you're taking, your assets directly here. So keep an eye out for this, because this is a really great place to get started. Again, if you have something here and you want to come back to it, all you have to do is click use. And if you want to edit it, just go to edit and go to town editing the image, or you can simply use and schedule it. So that is the different content features. Again, we have the Post Ideas library, which is 100% branded doTERRA content, a mix of editable monthly templates, as well as content stored for you to utilize as backgrounds or post as is. Then we have the My Ideas library, which is for you to store anything that you love or upload your own. And then you have the graphics editor, which enables you to quickly and efficiently personalize content in seconds. So that is in regards to the content section. Are there any questions that are coming up? I see a question is, where is My Ideas? Great question. You click content and it's the second bar down. And then if we move on to scheduling, this is where the fun part starts. So let's pretend I've personalized this image, I have my own copy, and I'm ready to schedule. There's a few things to note. If I want to schedule to all my pages, I would select all. And I saw a question about how to add hashtags. So let's pretend one of these Pinterest pages is actually an Instagram page. What I would do is click customize for each social platform. And now you can have maybe a separate caption or resize each image appropriate for each social media platform. So again, you're going from sharing the same image across all, except now, again, within seconds, you're creating the appropriate caption or the appropriate hashtags for that type of social media. So for Pinterest, you can always add your link here. For Facebook, you can start tagging someone with our new feature. Or on Instagram, again, you'd be able to add your hashtag. So this is a really great way to customize each social media, even though we're sharing the same content to each one. So again, you just select your pages at the top and then scroll to the bottom to customize it. Then once you've done that, you're able to schedule. So let's go ahead and schedule for this Sunday. And I believe I've already scheduled this for this week for the sake of the demonstration. So it will be in the calendar twice, but just please note that. And you can also go directly to start a new post. Let's say you want to just schedule more back to back to back, because again, this is for ease of use. You can always upload your own images, GIFs, or videos directly here and start off as a scheduling window, or go to create one from the graphics editor. So now that we scheduled our image for Sunday, which was next week, you can see it right here. So now this will go directly on Sunday at 1:25 New York time. So I'm actually going to spend some time on this view, because as you can see here, we have a few different views of posts. So twice a week, we will be scheduling posts to your calendar for approval. So these will never post unless you physically click on the approval button. And if the specific time has passed, for example, this was scheduled for yesterday, you will have to click publish now. So it will go from approve to publish now. And you can do whatever you want with this. You can delete it. You don't have to post it. You can edit it, or you can publish as is. These are just more incentivizing you to be creative and give you some ideas. Then you'll see anything like this with no background around it, like this, is ready to go. These are scheduled just as I did before and will go as is. But you might note this one on the right-hand side looks a bit different because it has this yellow background as well as this symbol here. So this is a draft. Let's say I wanted to schedule it, but I didn't know exactly what to do. No problem. You'd come in, save it as a draft, and you can go from there. So I'm going to actually show you how to do that. So I'm going to click use. Now I'm going to schedule it to Facebook. And you can see these options are populating here. Publish now is really easy. That goes immediately. Scheduling, we just did in our previous post. You select whether it repeats or not and whether what time and date you want it for. Add to queue. This is the full circle moment where it ties back to the next available time slot. So that's why you would have those time slots set to any cadence that you would like, because it just simply goes. And here's the save as window. Again, you can save as to my ideas, or if you actually want it in the calendar, you can save it directly as a draft. And just like the approve post, this will not post unless you edit it or finalize it and actually physically go and move it into the scheduling phase. So it's really easy to, you can see I'm just creating a calendar in a matter of seconds. We want you to personalize it. So what you would do in this use case was click edit, maybe customize this on why this is great for your dad, use, and then now you can schedule again. So it's really easy to do this entire step, finding content, creating content, scheduling it, and you can schedule for a month in advance if you'd like, directly in one sitting. So you can see how easy it is to do this. Do we have any questions in regards to the scheduling aspect, since we did spend some time on that? So I do see some questions in regards to how many pages that you can utilize, and we will touch upon that in a moment, but I did want to circle back in regards to Facebook. You can only connect Facebook business pages or Facebook groups that you're a member of, because the Facebook API restricts posting to personal pages. But really great question. And then towards the end of this, in a moment actually, we'll highlight how many pages you get and what that looks like. So the last thing I wanted to highlight is the analytics, because the purpose is to see how you're performing on social. Are you getting great reach? Are you getting a lot of likes? Because that's important in growing your personal brand. So I do apologize in advance because I'm in a demo environment, so everything is zeros across the board. But I do want to highlight this because it shows you in layman's terms what each KPI means. So it defines what likes mean, what reach means, what the engagement means. And then it breaks it down even further. And when you have a lot of posts populating, we actually calculate your top performing posts, because that's a really important metric to follow. So you're able to post high quality content again and again and again that your fans want to see. And if you want to get just a post by post breakdown to see every single post performing, that is not a problem. You can schedule and see how it performs here. And if you're sharing videos, we'll calculate the views and so on into this. So the analytics is that full circle moment where you can see how it's performing and use that to really plan your next post based on what's performing well. So that's really it in regards to doTERRA Social. Again, it's the place for you to find amazing branded content, especially stuff that is exclusive to doTERRA Social. Then schedule it, edit it in the graphics editor, store your own images, and go from there. And at the end of the day, see how it performs. So now to circle back again in regards to plans. So as mentioned, every single Wellness Advocate gets a 2-week free trial. Then from there, once the 2 weeks up, it's up to you to choose what plan is right for you. So you have 2, 4, 6, and 15 pages. That's the only differentiator. If you have, let's say, one Facebook group that you're an admin of and one Facebook business page, that would count for 2, and you'd be able to start off with a starter plan. And then if you're seeing that you're liking it and you're posting well, or you have a lot of groups that you're managing or Pinterest pages, you're able to, upgrade as you wish. And please note that if you're paying for, let's say, a lower plan and you want to upgrade to a higher plan, please contact our team directly, because if you do it on your own, you will be charged twice. And if you contact our team, we're happy to just upgrade you the difference. So definitely contact us there. And the last thing that I want to highlight is all of the amazing resources that we have available to you. So if you may not be familiar with this, I definitely recommend bookmarking this. This is evolved into our education center. It is our landing page that has a little intro video from John Dye, who's the Senior Director of Marketing at doTERRA Corporate. Then we have all of our historic webinars here that are for you to watch, and then our future webinar calendar. And a quick note about our webinars is we change them between onboarding webinars like today or topical webinars. Like last or 2 weeks ago now, McKenna led a really great webinar on the story of doTERRA and how to tell your personal story and what doTERRA means to you, which is actually right here. So if you haven't watched it, I would recommend that because it's one of the strongest ones. But you can sign up for what we have here all the way up until the end of August. We also have a help center. If you click this, which you can answer your own questions. For example, since we just launched tagging, and mentions, you can type in mentions here and get an article that actually walks you through it. So this is like a do-it-yourself type of research to answer questions on your own. So it's really easy to do this. Then we also have a Facebook group. So the Facebook group is really great because this is peer-to-peer. This is where you can get advice from your fellow wellness advocates on anything doTERRA social. And as you can see here, if you have technical questions, the best and really only place that should go is doTERRA@PrimaRepublic.com, because that's the only way we can ensure a 100% response rate, because our team is monitoring our email inbox around the clock. Whereas the doTERRA social Facebook group is, again, peer-to-peer. Yes, our amazing team is in it, but they are more so moderating it. They're not answering questions on a 24/7 basis like we do our email. And that's really it from us. So I will share all of this information, as you can see here on the screen, in the chat box, and we'll share it in the Facebook group. And I saw a question, is this recorded? Yes, it is. We'll share this via email for everyone who registered. But that is it from my side. So I wanted to thank you so much for the time today, and I'll turn it back to McKenna.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Raquel. Thanks for going through that. It's a lot of information we know, but it's also very helpful. So make sure and check out the resources that we mentioned, the Facebook page, the landing page. Someone did ask a question, what does it mean that it links to your doTERRA ID? That means that we have a single sign-on feature. And so if you can use your doTERRA ID to log into doTERRA Social. So there is a 2-week free trial that you can sign up for. So anybody can sign up for that. So make sure and tell your friends, tell your teams, go ahead and try it out. We want you guys to love the product before you purchase it. And we believe that you will. So go ahead and try it. We're open to all of your feedback. We have loved working with Promo Republic. They've been great partners in making sure that we have the right features and content available for you guys as wellness advocates. We did get a lot of the questions answered, almost all of them, but there may be some that we might need some more clarification on or things like that in the future. So send us an email, or you can ask a question in the Facebook page. Once again, that is peer-to-peer. So just be aware that it's kind of wellness advocates helping each other out. And we're just grateful to have you guys all here. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll have this webinar link up pretty soon, and we'll let you guys know about that. So thank you everyone for joining us. Have a happy Thursday.